Hey guys, Mr. Lalamandir again. We're going to look at something a little bit different today, and I think everyone can do this. What I want to do is, through all these videos, is do things that everyone from pre-K through 4th grade can do. All you got to do is just break it up into its parts and pieces. Take a little bit, one tiny step at a time. Using mom and dad or brothers and sisters to help you with it would be great too. So if you want to work with your family, that's great. This time we're going to do a 3-dimensional room, okay? And there's so many ways you can do this because you might have a lot more things at home to help you do this than you might think. But if you just all you have is a pen and a sheet of paper, you can still have a lot of fun with this. Other than that, go crazy with the supplies that you want to use. Just make sure mom and dad know that as well. Now, we're going to look at turning a flat sheet of paper again into something that has distance and space in it, okay? And we're going to use something that's similar to a process called one-point perspective, okay? So one-point perspective is a process of taking something flat like this and giving it the image of something with distance, space, and might look like something that's 3-dimensional. Okay, so 3-dimensional basically means if you have a box, you can only see 3 sides of that box at one time. Okay, you can't see more than 3 sides of it at a time unless it's a clear box. You might be able to see the top and 2 of the sides or the bottom and 2 of the sides, but you'd never be able to see 4 sides of it. And that's how I like to remember what something is 3-dimensional. That kind of helps me remember that. So, the first thing I'm going to do is divide my paper up very quickly. This is a very, very easy technique, but you can have tons of fun with it because you could do infinite amount of drawings using the same stuff. So what I'm going to do is start with a rectangle in the middle. And it's going to look like I'm looking into a room, like if you took one of the walls off and you're staring into a box, okay? So I've got a rectangle. It kind of matches what the paper's doing, okay? Then I'm going to connect each corner to the corner of that rectangle. All right? Now think of it this way. Got the roof, 1, 2, 3 walls, and a floor. If you can't see it yet, you'll see it in a second. We're going to add a door and we're going to add a window and then talk about the other things we can add to it. Okay? So to add a door, I'm going to make closest to the side of my paper, I'm going to make a long line. It's a long vertical line. Okay? I'm going to make another line right here, close to the rectangle, and it's going to be short. Okay, so far I've got this long line. I know it should be long because it's near the edge of my paper. I got a short line. I know it should be short because that wall line right there is letting me know. Now all I have to do is connect these two with a straight line, put in a doorknob. You starting to see the 3-dimensional room now? I'm going to do the same thing with the window. I'll have a long line and a short line. This time they're not touching the floor. So a long line out here, a short line in the middle there. And then I'm just going to connect these two together. Okay? If you want to put the little mullions in the window that help separate the panes of glass, just stick a letter T in there. Okay, so now it's easier to see. You got the roof up here, you got 3 walls and a floor. Now you can do whatever you want decorating this. A lot of times I like to take magazine, and you guys need to ask mom or dad if you can do this, or an old newspaper, anything like an advertisement that might come in the mail, and cut some things out of it. The weirder it is, the better. You could have a car in the middle of your room here, okay? Maybe outside the window you draw, maybe there's like a fish outside the window, okay? You can get crazy with the way you do your room. If I want to stick a big hole in my floor, right now it looks kind of like a rug, right? But if I want it to be a hole, I just stick another smaller oval inside the big one, and I color this in black. So you can have a hole in there for no reason. There's just a hole in it. Or you could decorate it to look like this is the inside of the house, but everything, all the walls, the ceiling and everything is painted or drawn to look like the outside. Or maybe a rainforest. You could have animals, and you could have pieces of furniture. And like I said, cutting things out of magazines and stuff is a really cool way of doing that. If you get advertisements for different stores and you cut out like a couch or cut out the picture of a bed, and then maybe you see a picture of an animal of some kind, like maybe a dog or a cat, or you could get crazy. Maybe it's a lion, and you glue that little lion on the bed inside of this room. I mean, your ideas are wide open. So I do want you to color this whole thing in, and I'd like for you to color all those other drawings we've done in, if you can, and decorate it however you want. Send me your pictures in Seesaw, upload them to the art folder, and I can't wait to see them, because this can be some really cool stuff, especially in this drawing. It's one of my favorites.